So for the past few weeks, I've been working on trying to create my own pin kit. I'm using the 7mm tubes that come with the slim lines, and with the slim lines, they're kind of thin, so with me having large hands, sometimes it's kind of hard for me to grip a hold of them, so nobody likes that. So what I'm trying to do is make a thicker pin. So these clip broke off of this one because these are 3D printed kits right now. But what I'm looking at is, it's a twist pin. This one I made the nib a little bit too short so it won't actually twist in and out like it's supposed to. But I like the design. Sorry, like I said, the clip broke off of this one, so bear with me. So I like the design of the clip. So whenever I redesigned it, I tried to go with something similar to this, but ended up with this one, which I think actually looks really good too. But the clip, I did something a little different, and it looks too small for this pin. Now this one, the tip is a little better, so it actually goes in and out like it's supposed to. Well, since I did this pin, I've tried to recreate the kit one more time. So hopefully this one will work, and I'm going to show you guys the process that I go through whenever I'm making one of these pins. So enjoy the video. This is the newest kit I've designed. Alright guys, so I'm going to trim this blank down so I can do the 3D printed kit. Wanted to find something that would go good with white, but I don't know how this is going to look, but I've been wanting to turn this one for a while, and this is just a test, so we're going to run with it. You always want to give yourself enough room for your barrel trimmer. Bear with me guys, I'm holding my camera, so we got that mark there, and this mark here. Alright, so now that I got those marked, by the way guys, never cut something one-handed like I'm doing. Never do that. Alright guys, then I drill out the blank. That lined up. As you can tell, I've let my bit get a little warm, but so just so you're not bored with this, while I'm drilling these out, I'm only going to show you the first one, and I'm going to do it with a time lapse, so whenever you see this, it will actually be going a lot faster than when I'm actually drilling them. Alright guys, so what you're going to do is you're going to sand up your tubes, and then since I don't have a insertion tool, I use the lid to my CA. Now you can get this at a Hobby Lobby as well, and then you can order it depending on where you're ordering from. But I haven't seen a difference in any of the CA glues I've used in the past, so especially whenever you're letting it sit overnight. So after you get a little bit on there, just take it, you insert it, you twist it a little bit as you do it, and there you go. Then I'm going to sit there and let this dry overnight. I got both of these, so I'm only showing you the one right now, but tomorrow I'll be able to turn these and get it put together. Alright guys, I only got one set of these bushings, and these bushings are for another pin kit. However, I decided to use these as a guide for my pin kit that I printed out. So basically what I did was, you seen me where I drilled it out, I put the tube in, glued it in, and since then I got the barrel trimmer and I took it down to the barrel itself, or the tube, and now it lines up flat with the bushings. Me turning it will actually be time-lapsed. Now that this part's done, I'm going to sand it down. Alright, so now we get started, and what I do is I spray it and then go through. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with all of this, but I'm going to time lapse the rest of it until I get up to the zona paper. Alright, so after I go through all of the micro mesh, I go through the zona paper. The zona paper is a polishing paper. You can do dry or wet. I always do wet. And as you can see, it takes quite a bit off. And the thing that stinks is the last one is white, so you can easily mess up all of this by using this the wrong side. While it's spinning, it's still wet, so I usually try to hit it with some kind of towel just to dry it off. And that's what your end result is. I'll take this off and actually put it closer to the camera where you guys can see it easier. Go ahead and press the next one. So I'm not going to bore you guys with me turning this next one, but just give you an idea. And the light isn't hitting it just right here, but you can get a good idea on what this looks like. It's got a nice shine to it. So as I said, I'm not going to bore you guys with me turning this one, but whenever I'm finished with this, I'll show you both next to each other, and then we'll assemble it. So I will say this, my lathe is basically my go-to tool for almost everything. I have these inserts that allow me to use my lathe as a press. So get that in between there, and I'm going to back that up a little bit. Now, always remember, make sure whenever you're pressing parts together that you make them go in straight, because if you make them go in crooked, you have a good possibility of either bending the tube, messing up the whatever you're putting in there, or just cracking the blank itself. So I usually go in about that far to see how it works. And something tells me that this one doesn't work so well. Alright guys, so you see me put this in. It's getting to where it moves a little better. I think I got a little bit of glue on it at some point maybe. I don't know, but it seems like it's working good now. So, normally I'd still use this if this was metal, but since they're 3D printed parts, it should just slide right together. And looks like they do. I got a little bit of a gap there, which means I got to sand it down. But this will at least give me a good idea on where I'm at. And so I'm going to need to sand this down and push this in a little bit more. Normally you push it all the way into that line right there. I always test it out because sometimes you'll press it all the way in and this won't even come out. So, but I can go ahead and finish up the top anyway. So we'll go ahead and work on that real quick. So as I said, I went with a single piece instead of having two pieces for the clip. So with that said, just find a good spot on here where I want the, and we'll just, and now looking at this, the clip might be a little bit too long and it looks like it's pressed in a bit. So alright, you guys got a chance to see where I'm at with this kit so far. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing together real quick, just so you can see what it looks like completed. And like I said, I got a little bit more work to do on the clip here. I got to sand this down and figure out what I need to do to get the cartridge to go in and out. But I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what I'm working on and everything. So, alright, so I wanted to show you what the final product looks like. I was able to fix it up a little bit, and so other than adjusting the clip a little bit to where the clip sits closer, I think it turned out pretty good for a third try. So I'll be doing some more work on the clip itself, making it a little shorter because I think now it's too long. But otherwise, I don't think it looks too bad. So, thanks again.